Good afternoon. We're taking a look at the S&P, and yesterday we bounced just under the weekly pivot of 34.37, but on the way up we couldn't take out that 9-day moving average that held, and that was at 34.77. Our high was 34.76, and we closed basically towards the lows of the day. Now this morning in the US we are not trading any shakes that much higher really. We closed at 34.43, we're trading at 34.44.45. There's something about this stock market I don't like. I'm looking at the Dow, that's got a topping pattern. Prior its all-time highs, it didn't reach its previous all-time high. I know the Nasdaq went like a rocket, but even that is showing signs of running out of steam. So I'm a bit concerned with all of the stock markets at the moment. I think the Dow not making new highs, I understand all about that it's the industrial stocks, so therefore why should it, with COVID putting a bit of a dampener on any such industry going. But you know, according to all the figures that's coming out of the US, it's back to work as normal. So although we expect the technology stocks to be high, obviously, because we're all using technology, working from home, more so than what at any stage previously. But again, you know, even the technology stocks are running out of steam, and although I don't expect them to absolutely crash, you've got the Nasdaq as we speak trading slightly up at 11,680, and last night we closed at 11,677. So we're not making any real gains, I don't think, in these markets, and that bothers me. I thought that with the S&P it would have enough to get up towards the all-time high and the yearly high at 35.88, and now I'm wondering whether or not that is just a pipe dream. As I say, the one that's bothering me more is the Dow, and unless that takes out some quite significant resistance for me, then I'm afraid I'm going to have to stick with the view that maybe we're a bit overextended on the stock markets. And obviously we all know the level on that, the level on the Dow that you need to take out is the all-time high, and that obviously is coming in at 29568. So that's the one I'm looking at, that 29568, and we're not near that yet. And when a market tops in front of it, this is very similar to what the FTSE did. So that's why I'm a bit, is it an accident waiting to happen? And I think, and it pains me to say it, but this might be artificially held up until after the US elections. That's my thoughts. But whatever it is that I'm thinking that these are not looking particularly brilliant as we go into the middle of October. That's what I'm thinking. So for the S&P today, you've got the daily pivot at 34.51. We're not near that yet, so we need to see what happens there. If we do manage to break above there, you've still got that 34.77, 76 area coming in from the 9-day moving average, and on top of that you've got this little trend line here coming in at today, that's coming in at 35.24. So that's going to slope lower obviously as time goes by. I've explained to you the importance of both the weekly and, more importantly, the monthly pivot. So we need to keep our eyes on that one. Also, the fact that you have got the 55 and the 21-day moving average intersecting around 33.96 to 98, and underneath that you've got, as I say, that monthly pivot of 33.85. That's going to be your catalyst. That's going to be the determining factor of where we go after the election, or after, I think after the election. If I was a gambling person, I have to say that my money would be on stock markets coming lower, but we shall have to wait and see. I've given you the support and resistances as I see it. Please keep your eye on that Dow. Also keep your eye on the Nasdaq, because if that starts to fall, or at least not take out the recent highs, then we're in trouble. Because as I've said to you previously, you know, there's a lot of time when that Nasdaq does lead the US markets, and we don't want to get caught the wrong way if that starts to move. Okay, good luck. I will catch you all later on.